perhaps that's enough. I don't know if you recognized this soundtrack. This is In the Mood for Love by Shigeru Umebayashi. I don't know if I'm saying the name correctly, probably not, but this is the soundtrack of the amazing movie In the Mood for Love by Wong Kar Wai, the one and only. Why am I starting this episode with this soundtrack? It's pretty simple. Like a couple of days ago, my daughter asked me if there was someone that I out of the blue reminded me of her in an astrological sense. She's a kid still, but she already knows some 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 parts of the deal, and connected to my occupation and my mission in life. And she's really perceptive. She's really a very sensitive kid and a true empath. She's a Cancer sun sign, moon sun sign in Cancer, and the rising is also Cancer. So lots of tuning with her own emotions and in emotions of others. And she asked me if there's anyone that had a similar chart or similar placements, because she already know the placements in her chart. So it's quite something. Okay, she asked me. I wasn't imposing anything. So out of the blue, it reminded me of Wong Kar Wai. He's a sun, moon in Cancer. He has also a fire placement. His Mars is in Aries, just like me, and he also has Venus in Gemini, just like her, and the other placements are just like hers. So it's quite something, because this guy has this very clear vision. I think it's almost like dreaming with colors. The way that I perceive Wong Kar Wai movies is just like a sea full of colors, and the colors symbolize emotion. And In the Mood for Love is one of those movies. I think most of his movies, I've seen Fallen Angels like many years ago as well. It's quite a reference, in quite an aesthetic way. So many people try to copy that. But they can, so Fallen Angels and In the Mood for Love, they are quite something, because they tune in with this kind of atmosphere. The love most of the times is not connected with the physicality of two people, but with the atmosphere, the spirituality that is embedded in the connection between two people. And In the Mood for Love, that's that kind of movie. You have this whole environment that symbolizes their love. They are two people, and I think Wong Kar Wai has this passion for misfits. Most of the time, the lovers are misfits, and they are connected in some way, but sometimes it's not the right time, or perhaps it's not the right place, or their characters simply want to do the right thing. Okay, so spiritually speaking, there's no such thing as the right time or the right place, because love does not end and does not start. It simply evolves into another realms. It evolves from passion to love, or love to friendship, or friendship to romantic love, whatever are the labels you want to call it. Okay, what am I doing? What am I starting this episodes with Wong Kar Wai? Because of my daughter, and because for me it kind of symbolizes the spirituality and those unspoken words that we have in so many relationships and in so many connections. How we want to, I think sometimes there are connections that don't ever become relationships. They are there, and people do not act upon them by fear or simply misunderstandings, or life happens, and sometimes it's not meant to be, but the energy is there. And if we acknowledge that energy, it's because it has something to do with us. Okay, so I'm starting this episode because on the 26th January, exactly, 3 days from now, it's going to start one of the most magical yet illusionary and frustrating at the same time transits. It's Venus in Pisces. So Venus in Pisces, I always recall that um, that phrase that is spoken by the princess in the end of the never-ending story. Why won't you do what you dream best in? It's kind of that kind of frustration that I have so many dreams, but sometimes we don't act upon them. And Venus in Pisces is this kind of love that's all compassing, that's all that is universal, as well as Aquarius. But while Aquarius says respect my individuality, respect who I am, I need some space, and in certain cases Aquarius really does need space, because they're doing their own revolution. That is not, it's not a private revolution. So they need a lot of space, they need a lot of time to deal with so many people at the same time. Venus in Pisces is the inspiration that we give to the other person, the acknowledgement that uh, we have something that connects us to the other person and to others. Um, it's the removal of all boundaries, physical, emotional. It's something really spiritual. Me, myself, and I'm a Pisces woman. I have a stellium in Pisces in the 10th house, which makes me a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more, it's not sophisticated, it's not the word I want to say, even though I have Venus in Capricorn, but it's a little bit more rational when it comes to expressing feelings. So my moon's in Scorpio, quite under wraps. The feelings are the things that I feel. They go quite deeply, and I understand this kind of concept. It's really out there. It's feeling and acknowledging energy and feelings, and something that even if there's something that it's not confessed, that still exists. Pisces is all about faith. It's all about having faith in other people. I'm looking at these amazing cards. The moon card has this energy of Pisces. It's all about the energy, the feelings, the faith that we have on each other. Okay, so there's so much there's so much we have to talk. I'm afraid I'm not, I'm not predicting to make this a huge episode today, but I'm taking my time because Venus in Pisces is all about making dreams come true, transcending reality. It's about connecting with a soulmate, with an energy of someone else that's so right for us, tuning in with that person, in the mood, in the mood for love, or acknowledge that it can't be, because Pisces is all about as well the endings. It's about transforming that energy, and it's about dissolving the energy or transforming the energy into Aries that's making it happen. When Venus transits in March finally to Aries, it's time to make happen a relationship, a passion of yours, or simply dissolve it, and call it quits. Be an alchemist and transform it into another completely different thing. Okay, so this Venus in Pisces, it transcends reality, it transcends time. So it's time to live your fantasies. It's time to uh, deal with your own feelings, with your own ideology, the idea that you have for a relationship or a partnership, because Venus, it's the relationships, but it's also the connection that we have with our investment. So money is also a part of the deal. Okay, so it's beauty, it's creation. And for Pisces, my dear Pisces, we're going to have Saturn. I'm, I'm trying to focus in here with Saturn, because although it's considered a malefic, planet, it teaches a lot of lessons. Already spoken about, Saturn in Pisces, but this is the last Saturn in Pisces until 2026 that we're going to have. It's going to be like really easy breezy. The rest of it, the next 3 years, they are going to be really, really heavy. And and then the conjunctions between Venus and Saturn are going to make us dive in depth in our relationships, and sometimes, let some people, just make their own choice and exit our lives. Sometimes we are going to be the queen or the kings of cups that are the queens of cups. No, the queen of swords, that's going to be really, really intellectual, just like the king of swords, and just cut a relationship off. But right now, we're going to have this really romantic, really creative, really spiritual experience until my birthday. That's February 20th. And I'm really excited because, Venus in Pisces, although I have Venus in Capricorn, Venus in Pisces is all about treating ourselves right, like becoming, this work of art, being aware of our energy in others, be aware of our impact on other people. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about you. So this is all about energy, spirituality, the connection that we share with someone. Okay, so if you have something that is about to happen, just tune in, just tune in. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the impact that Venus is going to have on the 12 zodiac signs. It's pretty amazing how it shows in so many different ways, because this is all about alignment. Okay, so I've chosen some cards for you guys. I've chosen three cards, yes, I think three cards for each and every sun sign. If you have a chart that is full, of other zodiac sign, you should check on that too, because it has some weight. Okay, so this is the Amour and Psyche, and as well the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Please do not be shocked by this, because it has a little bit of sexual innuendo and some, I don't know, some very erotic messages over here. So I know this is not Mars in Pisces, but it's a part of the deal as well, because Venus dreams about it, Mars makes it happen, and the moon, of course, the moon and Venus, they dream about things, they feel things very deeply. Venus is about all the aesthetic as well. So we're going to dive about this right now. So we're going to start by Pisces, my beautiful Pisces. We have this kind of really, I don't know how to put it. We have some kind of, dreamy eyes, and even if you are a little bit chubby, because we are full of water and we are really attracted, eating sweets and just letting it go, sugar, it's our sin, I guess. But we are really rounded, and we have like this dreamy features in our faces. And I was trying to choose the cards, And although the Empress is Venus-like, because Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So when we have Venus in Libra or Venus in Taurus, we have this full-blown Empress, okay? But nevertheless, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So it's almost like this unentailable, idealistic kind of love. So when we have Venus in Pisces, dear Pisces, we're going to feel this in a very physical way. We're going to start or remembering how to treat ourselves better. We're going to invest in our physical appearance. We're going to appear radiant, even if we not do much about our physicality, but it's time to improve physically the things, start some things that we wanted to do for some time. And that's why I've chosen the Empress. This is the card of the Empress of the Sexual Magic Tarot. And I've chosen loving yourself and body positive, because this is about accepting ourselves and cut some bad habits in our routines, in eating. If we have an eating disorder, or we want to start a different routine, or living in a more healthy way, this is the time that we're going to start doing that, or at least planning to do so. And then starts when Venus switches into Aries. Okay, so this is the two cards for Pisces: loving yourself and body positive. Okay, moving over to Aries. And Aries, I've chosen the Empress because Venus in the 11th house, it's about connecting to your own emotions, connecting to that Piscean energy. So perhaps there's some, I don't know, like illicit love affair, someone that you cannot, that you can't, you cannot put your finger on the energy that you have with with another person. Perhaps that's a very difficult kind of connection that you have, and it's something that you can only feel or acknowledge, but not quite describe. So I have here the High Priestess, to remember yourself that you are a spiritual being, that you are someone that's more perceptive, dear Aries, that you're quite in tune with your actions and your body, and let that kind of pioneering energy, let's do this, let's make it happen. But with Venus in Pisces, you sometimes are doubting some things, and you're trying to figure out, if am I insane, or this really happened? Am I feeling the same thing? Does this person feel the same thing? Is it possible to make my dreams come true? So that's why I've chosen Love Secret and Memories in Remembrance, because the 12th house is also the house of letting go. Perhaps Aries, you're going to feel this so deeply as Pisces, because when you have the 12th house, that's a Piscean, that's the house of Pisces and Neptune. So perhaps you're ending a cycle of something that, with someone from your past, or you're trying to figure out if this love, I don't know if it's a love, that it's someone that, you cannot be with, because when we have, Venus in the 12th house, it's all about being or choosing someone that apparently is ideal for us, but it's a way of self-sabotaging, because we are not going to be perfect for anyone, and there's no one that's going to be perfect for us. We can only choose the you can only choose to evolve with someone, and having this in mind, you have to be quite discerning during this time. Perhaps you're going to feel a little bit confused, but in March, when Venus switches up to to Aries, you're going to feel a little bit more energetic, more discerning, and of course you're going to act on your wishes. So right now it's, time to say goodbye to something or someone, or to tune in with your own intuition, and understand that, even if someone is too shy to mention or to share the love that they have with you, you're the one that, carries the love inside, and you know the truth, so share it. In March you have to share it, even if you don't want to, you'll share it. So Taurus, this Venus in Pisces is going to fall on your 11th house, and this is all about community, networking, um, celebrating with other people. Perhaps there's going to be a friend that wants to turn in something more than a friend. Perhaps you're going to work with a colleague, and you're going to fall in love with a colleague of yours. Right now, this Venus in Pisces, it's going to it is giving you the opportunity, I guess, to make your dreams come true in community, in networking. So I've chosen this card because it's all about protecting and sharing and holding each other. Okay, I just love this image because this is all about taking care and supporting the other person. Okay, so I've chosen joy and jubilation, and I've chosen the charm of simplicity. Okay, the charm of simplicity. The 11th house in Venus, when it falls in Venus, it also gives you the opportunity to invest in a community, to invest in other people, to make your friends the most important aspect in your life. The 11th house it's just like that's, or perhaps a friend that becomes a lover, or a lover that you end up as a friend, and no hard feelings. You're just you're seeing the beauty, and in the collaboration with other people. You just want stability, dear Taurus. So we're moving on to Gemini, and Gemini, I've chosen the King of Pentacles. Okay, this King of Pentacles, I didn't choose the Queen of Pentacles, because the Queen of Pentacles, it's I've chosen for another sun sign. The Gemini, I've chosen this King of Pentacles. Right now you are completely tuned in with your job, with your mission, your work. Perhaps you're mixing, just like Taurus, you're mixing pleasure with with duty. I don't know. That's why I've chosen these two, because we have here balance and unity. You're trying to balance your profession and your personal life. And then we have standing alone, because this is this position of power. The thing that you most desire, besides passion, is passion for who you are, passion for your day-to-day life, passion for your routine, passion for your job. You're searching for the passion, to be more passionate about your life. And having here Venus in Pisces falling on your 10th house, this is about to become epic, because you're going to start to see the beauty in your own job, in your career, in the mission that you have in your life. And this standing alone, soon it won't be standing alone, because he's leading the way for other people. Okay, so trying to figure out balance and unity. Perhaps you're trying to figure out your mission in life and your job, a career, or between a career and personal life. But the thing that you're aiming is a little bit power over your own destiny. You are acknowledging those emotions that I want to live my dreams out. I want to feel that I have a mission. I want to feel that perhaps this looks like almost like a Superman, this King of Pentacles. I'm feeling that I want to, I want to have a say in my own life. So Gemini, you're going to feel this like an opportunity to make your dreams come true. Okay. So moving over to Cancer sun sign. I've chosen, well, Cancer, you are, this is a lot of longing and desire. I don't know if you're in love with someone that's quite different from you, or you are, I don't know, you're aiming or aching for something more exotic or more thrilling than your day-to-day life, because this is falling on your ninth house. And until February 20th, you're going to feel that you need something quite unique in your own life, or you are already feeling it. So you're trying to discern what you want to learn. Perhaps you're going to find beauty in I don't know, a philosophical perspective, in religion, in the teaching or learning, because the ninth house is all about learning as well. But you're longing and desire for something completely different that you have experienced so far. Okay. And there are so many things that are evolving in your own life, that I've chosen the temperance, that it corresponds to Sagittarius in tarot, in the tarot card. So for me, the temperance is like dealing with your own self-love, with the things. Why do you want something so exotic? Because it's intangible, or because you want something new, that you are fed up with repetition, that you're feeling that you're living in a deja vu situation. Perhaps it's time to travel with a loved one, or learning something, with someone, and or perhaps share some interests or knowledge. Okay, so this is a kind of love for knowledge as well. Okay, so moving over, we have Leo. And dear Leos, I've chosen the Two of Chalices, Two of Cups. That's pure love, because this is falling on your eighth house, and this is full-blown intimacy. Okay, that's why I've chosen full intimacy. Okay, and I've chosen as well jealousy and possessiveness, because this is the eighth house. It's connected to Pluto, to the powerful Pluto, and that rules Scorpio. So perhaps I think you're dealing with a relationship that perhaps has gone too far, or with a connection that's quite magnetic, and you still don't know how to handle it. So perhaps you have started something, but you haven't yet slept with them, and this is going to be it, I don't know, because intimacy, it's more than sexuality. It's much more than penetration. It's much more than sexual intercourse. It's so many other things. Intimacy involves so many other things, and I feel that you have a really deep connection with this person. But as well, you don't want to commit the same mistakes that you committed in the past. So here we have jealousy and possessiveness, and you're trying to balance these cups, trying to see what are your limits. So be aware of jealousy and possessiveness, when you share something with someone. Okay. And then we have Virgo, and I've chosen, after the Two of Cups, I've chosen the Ace of Cups. And I've chosen the Ace of Cups because this is going to fall on your seventh house. So it's got to be started something. I think you're going to be start something really soon. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I have this really huge feeling. While Pisces are so connected to themselves and, being pretty and acting pretty and acting powerful in a very powerful way, because the first house is Aries, is me, myself, and I. It's all I got in the end. Well, Beyonce is a Virgo, so no Pisces placements, I guess. I guess not, no. That will be too vulnerable. I have this, I've chosen sweet surrender and taking the plunge with the Ace of Cups. Because when you have the Venus in, falling on your seventh house, you're going to feel, it's not a necessity, but you're going to feel the confidence to trust someone that that you have the space, and you're making space for someone, I guess, so emotional space for someone. So I don't know if you're even making space. I think you're going to surrender to something that it's on the brink of starting, okay? So that's it. You're surrendering and taking the plunge at the same time, okay? So this is the Ace of Cups. It's the beginning of everything, okay? After that, we have Libra, and Venus is falling on your 6th house. So I've chosen, oh my God, I've chosen this one. This is Three of Chalices. This is reunion. This is, ooh, this is amazing. You see that? I love the supported, you know, how they work the frame, you know, the frame of each card, because, you know, I think this is even better than Miluminar's deck. Now, I really enjoy Miluminar's, but this is quite something. So, Libra, I've chosen the Three of Cups. I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of pleasure, a lot of happiness during these times, because, well, I've chosen seeking pleasure and love's embrace, okay? Seeking pleasure and love's embrace. I feel that you're going to be very happy in your work, because the 6th house is your work, but as well it's your day-to-day life, your routine, the things that you do every single day. You're going to feel a lot of pleasure with that, and in your work you're going to be really creative. I don't know if you're going to fall in love with a colleague, just like Taurus, but you're going to work with other people for sure, and you're going to feel a lot of pleasure doing so. So until February 20th, you're going to have these amazing things going on, you know, working with other people, falling in love with your work, falling in love with your job, falling in love with yourself through the things that you're creating, and perhaps creating with other people, okay? Moving over, we have Scorpio, and dear Scorpios, I felt really obliged to choose the Reina of Bastos, Rainha de Paus in Portuguese, the amazing, very sexual, in tune with her own sexuality and femininity. It's the Queen of Wands, and she's the one who carries the torch. She's the one who carries the sunflower. She's the one that, you know, she's very compelling. She's super creative, and she has this way to make other people feel more more sensual and creative, and have a little bit more ownership over their own life. So this is a goddess, you know. She's not the high priestess, she's not the empress, but she's a goddess. She's sexual, she's sex on legs, basically, okay? And this is a very magnetic force, because this Venus in Pisces is falling on your 5th house, okay? So the Queen of Wands, I've chosen erotic bliss, and I've chosen also number 5, the game of love, okay? So I think you're going to be creating, just like Libra, going to be very creative during this time, perhaps very appealing to other people, you know. I don't care what's your gender, what you're in tune with, boys, girls, everything in between, and everything that you like in between. I don't know, I don't care. Energy is energy. That's why tarot is so it's ancient, but it's continuously revolutionary, because, you know, tarot has been, you know, telling this since the beginning. It doesn't matter if you're a guy, if you're symbolized by the Queen of Wands, it means that you have this amazing sexual energy, that you're extremely creative, and you're choosing to be responsible by your own happiness. That's it, point blank, okay? So we have the game of love, we have erotic bliss, and during this time until February 20th, you're going to be very creative, very, perhaps, I don't know, having multiple orgasms. Cheers to that. But you're going to feel very good about yourself, and you're going to feel radiant. That's amazing, okay? So moving over to Sagittarius, I have to censor this again. Oh my God. I've chosen the 4 of Wands, okay? So this is not even a reverse cowgirl, but either way, they are they are okay. This I love this image. Every time we have a reverse position, it's amazing to look at, because you know the shading they put on, you know, this, and the legs, you know, balance comes from, you know, the legs and the tension. So it's amazing. And you have the fire with the long tree. This symbolizes fire at home. Okay, so what does this mean when we have Venus in the fourth house for Gemini? It means that you're going to feel deep pleasure in feeling secure, in feeling that you are at home with someone. It's not sex, it's not going to be enough if you don't have intimacy, if you don't share emotion with someone. And perhaps you're quite indecisive, because I've chosen indecision and doubt, and as well ideal romance. So I think you're looking for the whole package. My voice is, you know, trembling right now. I think you're searching for the ideal package. You're searching for the connection. Perhaps you're divided between two people. I don't know. Perhaps you don't know if it's time, you know, for you to move out to another place with, you know, someone that you've chosen. But you're seeking, this time you're seeking true connection between the physical and emotional and spiritual. So you are being, this is quite something for the Sagittarius, but because you're always, you know, you're always on the go, and your energy has been amazing. You have been, you know, have so many things, you know, moving forward. Your energy is just on point with Jupiter in Aries, and Uranus also, you know, giving you the fire that you needed, you know, and you well deserved this fire, you know. But nevertheless, you're trying to figure out what should you invest. Okay, and I think you're going to invest in your comfort, in yourself, in your home, your family perhaps, and to someone that feels like home. So if you have lots of, you know, in your synastry chart with someone, if you have lots of 4 houses share with that person, I assume that you're going to choose that one. So moving over to Capricorn, I've chosen the I've chosen the Knave of Chalices. This feels like a Knight of Chalices, but no, this is a little bit, it feels more immature in certain ways, connected with their own emotions. I think you're, because, you know, Venus is going to fall on the 3rd house of Capricorn, and your, you know, Uranus is falling on your 5th. There's so many things that are changing in your emotions and the way that you want to assume and invest in your relationships, that I feel that you are in love with someone, you know. It's perhaps that's something that, you know, it's quite ancient. It comes from, you know, some perhaps many years ago, and you're trying, you perhaps, I don't know if you have a cat or a dog, but you're trying to express your emotions, because I think there's a connection that never got, that never started. You have soft whispers in here, and we have beyond words. So I guess you have a connection with someone, or you're trying to invest in you know, translating your emotions. Perhaps you're going to be writing a lot during this time, or reading poetry. This is going to be quite Victorian, a little bit. Mainly if you have Pisces, you know, placements in your charts, like a moon in Pisces, or a sun rising in Pisces, or even a Venus in Pisces. Guess what? But there's something that you're trying to figure out through words, and, you know, trying to explain in a more beautiful way. Perhaps people they are going to feel they're going to be very inspired, you know, talking with them. So my advice, just say it. Just confess what you feel and write, create art. That's going to be a really good timing in creating art or something beautiful with your own words. Then the last one, but not the least, be very welcome, dear Aquarius, because it's still your birthday, okay? I've chosen the Queen of Pentacles. Ta-da! That's it. Gemini, King of Pentacles, and Aquarius, Queen of Pentacles. And why? Because Venus is going to fall, you know, on your second house. So what does this mean? This means that you are going to feel very lifted, okay? This is not the energy. I could have chosen the Empress for you guys, but you know, I've stolen it for Pisces. I had to. I'm a Pisces, so I had to. So I've put in, you know, the next best thing. That's, you know, the Queen of Pentacles. She's seductive. She's an earth. She's this earthly energy, and she's a very secure woman. She's independent. This is the next step for the Nine of Pentacles. So when we have the second house falling on your sun, what we have is the desire to invest in something beautiful, the desire to create something beautiful, be comfortable with who you are. So you're feeling very lifted. You're feeling like this card that says a beautiful face, okay? So I've switched. I've put in, you know, I decided to put the Empress in Pisces, but this one, beautiful face, I've chosen for you guys. And then physical attraction, because I think you're going to feel so good about yourself that is going to you're going to expand your own energy into other people, and you're going to attract people who mirror your energy as well. So beauty, comforts. It's going to be a very good time for finances until February 20th. Be very aware, because after that Saturn is going to be in Pisces, and it's going to stay there for 3 years. 3 years in your second house. It's going to be a tough time for finances. You have to be a little bit more savvy than usual, but nevertheless you're going to have amazing ideas of how to make a living and make more money during this time. So put it into work, because when Venus hits, you know, Aries, you're going to feel that you have, you know, you have a plan, okay? You have a backup plan. So that's it. I hope you do enjoy it, and see you soon. Over and out.